Hi guys, this is Pierre Walters. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Life Knocks. This is Life Knocks number 16, and I'm really excited that we've actually gotten to number 16 and people are listening. People are joining on YouTube. I mean, it's not much. It's a small little community, but you guys are listening and are supporting me and providing me great feedback and saying, you know what, to some degree, this thing of Life Knocks, this opportunity of checking in, talking about goals and values, this is actually valuable to you. So thank you so much for supporting this and being a part of the discussion. I wish I could see your comments actually on YouTube and not just in my inbox, but I guess we'll get to that point eventually. I think you'll notice something different about Life Knocks starting with this episode. First of all, where am I? You don't see video of me. I am speaking into a microphone, I'm talking to you directly, but you're looking at a photo of me, which I think, by the way, is just much more pleasant than my dark office space. My office is not a studio. It is not conducive to, the kind of quality that I would like for you to experience when listening to Life Knocks videos. And so I'm just going to stop rolling video on that, unless you guys say otherwise. I think what's really nice about these particular types of videos is that I can speak to you, you can listen, but you can do other things. You can take a shower, you can cook breakfast, you can do other work that you're doing without necessarily needing to watch the video. So that's what Life Knocks I think is going to be sort of going in from this point on, unless you guys suggest otherwise. I was thinking about possibly turning Life Knocks into a podcast and including it with our Blue Artist Live cast, which of course goes up just about every other Sunday. But I don't want to clutter the live cast space with too many other programs. I think the live cast itself is really cool. Miles is doing a fantastic job, and I think people that subscribe to the live cast really just want to listen to the live cast and not necessarily other random things that I might have to talk about. So I'm going to keep the Life Knocks space just as it is, but I will be recording audio as opposed to video. Okay, so that being said, man, it has been an incredible month. We have made so much progress on a ton of great projects. Of course, you guys have seen projects like the Christians Challenge on our blog. You've seen some music videos. You've seen, you know that I'm working on this fantastic a series of projects in Russia, and we're still working towards that and growing our team for those series of projects. We are just involved in so many great things, and we're excited that we have the opportunity to do what we love on a daily basis. And for some of us, it's not all roses, for sure. I mean, you've got to do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do, and that includes myself. While I may not have a sort of a regular job, it doesn't mean that I don't have to do what I got to do so that I can do what I want to do. And I just try to find the pleasure in everything that I do and make sure that in everything that I do that it is leading towards the ultimate goal, the ultimate objective. And that, of course, is to grow and expand Blue Artists into an incredible team of producers that have one objective, and that is to tell great stories and, as a result, engage audiences. So that is the ultimate plan, and everything that I do, even if it's stuff that I don't necessarily want to do, is towards that goal. So on this edition of Life Knocks, I want to take a moment and talk about security, because recently I've had some people, they've reached out to me and they said things like, well, how can I live my dream? How can I go and embark on what it is that I want to do? For example, I might want to be a filmmaker. How can I embark on being a filmmaker when I've got this 9-to-5 job? I've got this job that I just can't shake. I need, to make sure my bills are paid, et cetera, et cetera. And to some degree, I've talked about this on some past episodes, and I mean, some would argue that really every edition of Life Knocks is in some manner dealing with this kind of dilemma. But what I want to say is, if you're holding on to your 9-to-5 job because of security, then you've got another thing coming. Because really, what is security? Do you really think that you are secure with your 9 to 5 job. I want you to really think about the economy, okay? Think about the economy and just how unbelievably fragile it has proven itself to be in the last 30 years, I guess I would say, basically my entire life now. If you just look at, from the Great Depression to where we are now, we have seen nothing but ups and downs. In fact, it's almost a joke, but the stock market literally is nothing but ups and downs. And if you think that that is security, well, then you've got another thing coming, because really, security is you. Security is the time you invest in yourself. It's what you put into who you are, who you want to be, and who you were. Security is the value that you bring to the world. If you bring something into the world that is of such value, such consequence, then guess what? You have created job security for yourself, because you are valuable. You are indispensable. Okay? That is the real job security. So if you're holding on to a job because, well, you feel like that's the secure thing to do, that's the responsible thing to do, well, that's not it. Now, the responsible thing to do would be to use your job as a tool. Use your job as a tool to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. Don't tell yourself something to the effect of, well, I'm going to just, hold on to this until I get all my bills paid or something or another, and then I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to dive 100% into my passion. Well, if you do that, guess what? You're probably going to end up on the street. Don't do that. Instead, use your job as a tool. If that means that you work 8 hours a day, you work from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and that's the time that you spend at your job making money so that you can eat, and live, then guess what? You need to wake up an hour or two earlier. Go to bed an hour or two later. Find time in the day to dedicate and to spend on you, investing in you. And I don't mean sitting down and playing video games or watching your favorite TV show or basically doing nothing and being lazy. That is not investing time in you. Okay? That's being lazy. Okay? Or fine. You can argue that it's also taking a break, and that's important. That's important too. But that's not investing in your future. Investing in your future means waking up an hour or two early and purposefully working towards your goals. Okay, that means when you get home from work at 5 o'clock, you stay from 5 to 6, you eat dinner, and then from 6 to 9 o'clock you are working on your goals. Whether that means taking a night class at a community college or a university or an online school, or going out and getting involved in volunteer work or independent filmmaking or whatever. Figuring out how you can fit your vision for yourself into your current circumstance. Do not think that your job is holding you back. Your job is a tool. It's a tool to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. When I was in New York, just after college, I sold mortgages. I sold mortgages for a living. Okay, it was a part-time job. I did not make very much money, but guess what? It put food on the table. And during that time, I was writing scripts. During that time, I was auditioning and getting involved with independent films and independent theater, or off-Broadway theater, as it's called in New York. I was involved. I was doing everything that I could in every spare moment that I had to make sure that I was moving towards my dream. And guess what? Eventually, I was able to leave my job. I was able to quit my job. It was very unceremoniously, by the way. And I was able to dedicate 100% of my time to what I love to do. But even now, in this day and age, this is 2013. I graduated from high school in 2004. So it has been almost 10 years since I've graduated from high school. And now at this point, I'm still having to dedicate time to things that I don't necessarily want to do, but things that put money on the table so that I can continue to work towards the things that I want to do, the things that I love. At Blue Artist as a company, man, we have produced 2 incredible feature-length films, actually 3 incredible feature-length films to date. And that does not include the countless independent films that I directed, produced, and acted in. Okay, not all at the same time, but some of them all at the same time, before Blue Artist even got started. Okay, I mean, we are doing some incredible work now. We've made some fantastic music videos. We've been nominated on the world stage. We've brought artists, leaders, organizational leaders, business owners to where they want to be. And we've done that. Okay, while still having to meet our responsibilities elsewhere. Okay, some of our producers have to work in other jobs. Some of our producers have to work for multiple production companies in order to make enough money to live comfortably. Some of our producers have other jobs that are, completely different from producing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, their jobs are not holding them back. Security is not a crutch. It's not a crutch. And I think that's what I really want you to understand, to walk away with from this, that security is not a crutch. Your job is a tool, whether it is being a waiter. That's the story of most artists, being a waiter, or whether that is if you're a filmmaker, going out and doing some corporate videos or some industrial videos, whatever, doing what you've got to do to improve your craft so that you can do what you want to do. Really, I've met a lot of very interesting writers who just tell me about all the incredible things that they have written. And when I say, hey, can you show me one of your scripts? They say, it's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. And guess what? That's going to be the story of their life until they can get it together, do what they have to do what they want to do. They need to finish scripts. If you're a writer, you need to finish a script. If you are a filmmaker, go out and make movies and finish them. Make them and finish them. Have something that you can show to people. Okay? Get out there. If you're an actor, go do independent films. Get a demo reel together. Come on. You cannot just sit on your butt and say that your job is holding you back. You should be thankful you have a job. In this economy, a lot of people don't have work. They don't have work. And, those are the people that you really need to be concerned about. Okay? If you've got a job, I don't care what kind of job it is. Something I used to tell myself, especially actually when I moved out to California. I moved out to California because business was going in such a manner that it just made sense. It made sense to go out there because there was work opportunity. It was just an exciting time in my life. But when I got out there and I was very busy, I did tell myself, I made a pact with myself. I said, if it ever gets to it, I will not hesitate to go and get a job, a regular job, and really my choice for a regular job was to work as an overnight custodian. I said, if it ever gets to it, I will not hesitate. I will go get a job as a late night or overnight night shift custodian so that my days can be free to do what I love and make sure that I have food on the table. And you know what? Sometimes there were very trying times. There were times when really it seemed like that's what I was going to have to do, but God pulled me out of it in some manner. Work was always right around the corner, and that's good. But you know what? The bottom line is that I was prepared to go that direction if it came down to it. Now, at this point in life, that's not something that is necessarily I need to have on the table. However, I still need to make sure that I'm contributing to my family. I still need to make sure that I am bringing in a suitable income to be able to support my family. But you know what? That's not my single most ultimate objective. My ultimate objective still, to this day, is still to work towards my vision, work towards the life that I want for myself, for my family, and for my business, for the people that I work with, for Blue Artists. Okay? So, doing what you have to do is important so that you can do what you want to do. If you have a job, hold on to it. Don't quit it like an idiot and say you'll figure it out later. No. Hold on to it. Use it like a tool so that you can be better prepared to do what it is that you want and need to do for your life. Take risks where necessary. Be intelligent about your decisions, but don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to make sure that you are living your dream, okay? living your dream. So anyway, that's this edition of Life Knocks. We've capped it here at about 15 minutes. I'm going to try and keep these videos about 15 minutes. I'm so happy. I'm so excited that you guys are continuing to join me on this journey. And I think on the next edition, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about public speaking and what I've done to make sort of headway on that personal goal of mine for this year. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Life Knocks. I look forward to speaking with you later. Bye-bye. If you like what you see and you want to be a part of our ongoing conversation, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please visit our daily blog at www.blue-artists.com.